this is not at all the video that I was planning. However, it needs to be made. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that you can't really blame anything else on criminality but criminality itself. And I'm not the only one who said it this way, and other people definitely said it today as well, and people before me have said it. But there are two cases in point that we're looking at. First of all, the pool party in Texas. Unfortunately, as I've learned from people in my family who are in the criminal justice system, you have to think like a criminal in order to, of course, either be a criminal or to work against criminals. And unfortunately, if I were those kids, I could have taken the gun from the officer and shot him into the pool and made sure that he drowned or drowned him otherwise. And unfortunately, I don't need to give those kids ideas like that, because I'm sure that some of them were already thinking about doing it. And of course, that kind of stuff is why the hormone rush comes up when cops are dealing with that kind of situation, because they're thinking, oh man, what if these kids do take me and they're able to overpower me and they're able to do stuff to me that they shouldn't be doing. And some of these kids can overpower cops, and nobody needs to blame poverty or fatherlessness or whatever the deal is, because the human heart is wicked enough. And another thing too is that the cops should have called for backup. And I think that if there was any error in the entire case, it's that the cop didn't call for backup, and he didn't get into the mindset of those kids who could have done way worse than they were able to do, at least on a physical level. The second case I want to bring up in terms of criminality is something that happened in Virginia today. There was a 17-year-old honor student who's now a convicted ISIS terrorist. His name is Ali Shakri Amin, and he had created a Twitter account to help another convict, or at least a to-be convict, Reza Najad. And unfortunately, the prosecutor said that the teen had been, quote-unquote, brought into the seductive, destructive ideology by the material he consumed online. And this is what the defense lawyer said. As part of the modern internet, sometimes people feel frustrated in their inability to effect change against the government committing atrocities. He was blogging on the internet. It's as simple as that. And the sad part is, in terms of the kid's motivations, it was as simple as what his motivations were, basically. And the defense lawyer before that, the defense lawyer had said prior to that, that his client was, quote-unquote, motivated by sincere religious beliefs and outrage at the regime of Syrian President Bashar Assad. And the thing is, too, again, you don't need a blog, you don't need a Twitter account, you don't need whatever else to do evil. And I like this quote from a friend of the late Christopher Lee. I know what causes crime. Criminals. It's that simple. Criminals cause crime. Because actions come from within the heart. Actions are done because of what comes from the heart. The intent comes from the heart, and then that intent is carried out in action. And as I said, the two cases, for example, even the one case in of itself in Virginia today should be enough proof that you don't need Twitter, you don't need a blog, you don't need whatever. Anyway, there's that, and have a good evening. And by the way, Hannity's running in the background, so there's that. Well, take care and have a good evening.